The time is now 10:02. Do you know where your hat is? Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to Fladge Rants Live. Now, I wear many hats. I'm an amateur gynecologist, part-time bladesmith, amateur farmer. Professionally, I've been a delivery driver, a chef. Currently, I've been dabbling in some baking. I'm a creepy uncle, a fantastic husband, a pet owner, and I dabble in some conspiracy theory foil hat nonsense. So you'll notice that I'm not wearing my foil hat today because it's stupid, foolish, ridiculous nonsense. But I have been known to call my conspiracy group Foil Hat Club, and that is a joke. You can't take yourself too seriously. Now, the types of hats, I'll give you a short list. 13 to be lucky. Fedora, boater, Homburg, top hat, cowboy hat, pescador, Panama, pork pot, stingy brim, trilby, bowler, flat cap, and deerstalker, like the one that Sherlock Holmes wore. Now, on the conspiracy theory front, I was looking into the Knights Templar this week, and there's a guy by the name of Ted Hogan, claims to be the current Grand Master of the Knights Templar here in America. And just like any of the other guys I mentioned, Stephen Greer or Bob Lazar, you got to take these with a grain of salt. Decide for yourself whether they're on the level. But this guy says the Knights Templar in the 12th century were digging under the Temple of Solomon, and they found 6 Arks of the Covenant. I know there's supposed to be an Ark of the Covenant. The claim is there are 10. They currently hold 6 of them. They fit exactly into what's supposed to be the sarcophagus in the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's supposed to be the energy source, and these are power plants. The pyramids around the world are powered by these 10 Arks of the Covenant. The dimensions are written in the Bible, and it fits exactly into that perfectly carved stone box in the pyramids. Interesting, certainly interesting. Now, if you'll recall, the Knights Templar were Christian. I think of them dressed as like crusaders, except instead of the long red cross that the Crusades was a symbol, the Knights Templar had a cross with 8 points. 8's an important number to them, but they ended up being Christian Gnostics. And I know in the Grimoire of Brumlin, we talked a bit about Jewish mystics. Now, Christian Gnostics don't exactly follow the Christian faith like the Jewish mystics would, but the Knights Templar also found under the Temple of Solomon some things that refute the Christian tale. Allegedly, they claim, or Ted Hogan does anyway, and you can take this or leave it, they found the remains, the bones of the Mother Mary and Jesus, which would deny the resurrection, the bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ. So the Knights Templar stopped being Christian and started being Gnostics. We can get into Gnostics, and that's a rant for another time. What we're talking about today is hats, and not the hats that I wear. I threw those out there, and the hats that I mentioned are kind of silly. But when I see someone wearing a baseball cap, I feel like asking them if they're shagging fly balls later, or if they're on their way to a little league game, or I want to know. I wonder why I forgot my hockey skates. or check them into the boards with the hockey stick I happen to be carrying, because I think it's inappropriate to wear things designed for something that you're not doing. When I see someone in a cowboy hat and riding boots in an urban environment and they're not heading to or from the rodeo and it's not October 31st, I once again want to check them into the boards. I normally wear a hockey jersey. I didn't want to be a hypocrite today because I knew I was going to rant about inappropriate sporting apparel. I've got a Lions baseball cap. That doesn't even make sense. That's mixed up. When I see someone wearing that type of inappropriate apparel, flip-flops when they're not a child at the beach. Flip-flops are children's beachwear. When I see someone wearing flip-flops and they're not a child and they're not at the beach, I think I should have dressed up like a pirate or a fireman or an astronaut. Like the cowboy, the flannel shirt like I'm wearing, blue jeans, cowboy boots, and cowboy hat. That's a great Halloween costume. But so is an astronaut. That's a good one too. Now, my wife drives a Chevy Colorado because it's a girl truck and it's got a tonneau cover. Now, if you name all the synonyms for hat, you come up with lid, cap, top. Actually, top hat was on my thing. That's a redundancy. Well, guess what? Tonneau cover means lid. It's tonneau is another word for cover, and cover is also a word that means cover. So my wife's Colorado, which by the way is a girl truck, has a cover. Now we've lost drawer, so I'm going to go back to the. There's a drawer. I wish we had a producer to switch them over because, drawer, do you have a tonneau cover on your girl truck?
There's no producer or what?
Oh no, I can hear you though.
How was there no producer? Where'd he
You
go?
walked away.
I don't know if you could call mine a tonneau cover. It's aluminum, and it rolls up.
I think they still call it a tonneau cover.
Can you hear my background noise right now at all?
I wish. That's a beach, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just curious if the waves would be able to be picked up or not, but that echo cancellation does wonders.
It looks like your screen.
Yeah.
Is it black to you guys too?
Yeah, you can't see shit. You can't see the water. There was somebody just firing off fireworks right over there off the beach there. But
Nice. That's a nice baseball
Like the
cap. Are you
hat,
shagging fly balls?
There.
yeah,
Now
this is actually pretty new. Is that where
Okay,
where the baseball hat was originated?
It's camouflage.
Was this style of hat originated with baseball? Is that exactly where that started, or did they just co-opt it?
That's a great question.
I actually I was feeling the crowd and I asked a coworker why he's wearing a baseball cap. He said, "I call it a trucker cap." But he's not a trucker either, by the way.
See, trucker to me has to be mesh in the back.
Mesh in the back.
It was.
All right, then that's trucker hat.
So
but
it's a trucker hat?
I wore one just like that when I played Little League. So
there's a great clip of a guy wearing his baseball cap backwards like that and shielding his eyes from the sun. Roll the clip, Brady. No,
there's a real good clip of a guy playing disc golf in a hockey jersey for a team that doesn't exist called the Bat.
Anticlimactic.
Canadian.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's a little.
Well, you shit on people that wear stuff outside of their, need, and that you're a culprit. So,
I believe they call
I'm a hypocrite.
Ornamental when you wear it for no reason. Wearing another man's jersey, though, I have a problem with that. Unless there's a little Bat women's hockey team.
No, as long as they're older than you, it's fine. If they're younger than you, then you have a problem.
Every athlete in the world is younger than me.
Yeah, I'm at that point now too. So you mean like professional athlete that a jersey that so.
Yeah.
Like I would have to wear a Wayne Gretzky jersey.
You'll see. You're right at the age now where every athlete is retiring, and you're gonna go, "Whoa, wait a minute! Everybody I'm watching is younger than me."
Chauncey Billups.
The layers of drawer. Trying to bring that picture.
Billups.
The layers of drawer.
Oh yeah.
One of the layers of drawer is usually a hat. So what's your decision for coming to this conclusion for a topic?
I had a lot of respect for my
Are you trolling
grandfather.
me or?
I'm trolling you specifically for your baseball cap, but no, my grandfather was a Depression era child, and he had a hat for every occasion. He had his hat collection, and when I went outside without a hat on, my grandmother would ask me, "Where's your cap?" And she knew darn well I didn't own one. I still don't. If I have a hat, it's like a Star Wars costume helmet.
Older people are dumb though, so let's get that out of the way.
But why? I didn't look this up. Why was it necessary? Like I remember you had to take your hat off when you go into a building. People don't do that anymore. But that means like when you leave a building, you must put your hat on. I've got a coat rack right here. It's got a hat rack on top of it. We don't use the hat rack. We hang coats on it.
Well, may I suggest why?
Do we bring them back? Should we bring back the hat?
We have automobiles now. That's our hat.
Oh, so it was to prevent your head from getting all dusty?
I think it was to protect your head from just everything. Yeah, bird shit, rain.
Like most hats have purposes. You know, I mentioned firemen. Firemen wear a helmet. The hard hat of construction workers at a construction site. That's necessary.
So yeah, where I work, we have the stanchion level. It's called. It's just a bunch of pipes, and it's where everything is the maintenance and everything. And when we're on that floor doing any type of tech stuff, we have to wear the hard hat. And this one guy makes fun of it all the time, and he never wears a hard hat. Guess who's always bitching with a lump on his head at the end of the day? So like, certainly there's a need. Like that's the only place I wear it is there, and one other hat I wear that I don't like to, but okay, so I think wearing a hat contributes to baldness. How crazy does that sound?
I've never worn a hat, and look how bald.
I think George's showing us his locks of hair, and he wears a hat. So one person doesn't mean anything. But have you ever worn all right, I wear shorts I know how you feel about shorts. Can we do shorts next week?
Yeah.
So I wear shorts in the summer, and I get long hair on my legs, on my thighs and calves and everywhere. In the winter, I wear jeans and long johns.
A tank top.
Yeah.
And I lose the hair on the tops of my legs. I go bald. I mean, we can document it if you don't believe me, but just believe me, it's easier. So why wouldn't that same thing apply with rubbing and putting and covering stuff on that hair? I mean, it breaks it. It definitely breaks it.
I think the hairs are different, maybe.
Why? I think they're the same.
Well, there's nothing. This isn't constantly rubbing. There's nothing that's constantly rubbing. Like my dad, I've worn a hat since I was a wee little fucking child, and my dad used to always say, "It's not about the rubbing;
it's about the air."
You're gonna go bald.
The air. Okay, so there's definitely a reason. I've never worn a hat.
This is 100% genetic. So
why are all firefighters bald? Because their dads are probably firefighters.
Because they burnt their hair off. The heat, probably. Which actually, I said that as a joke initially, but that actually could be a possibility.
My barber told me that the hair on this side of my head is thicker than the hair on this side of my head because I sleep on this side.
You sure it's not just from the wind from your window being cracked throughout the day?
From driving?
You got to ask me, which side was thicker? Is it the side facing? Is it your left side?
It is.
Dude, sorry. Skeptic. I think it's the hair. I mean, I think it's the wind puffing up your hair.
Yeah, it might be. But what if we brought back like a fedora with a long feather, like a pimp hat?
I think in this day and age, right? 2024, maybe it's because of my age. You can bring back anything you want. You're not ever out of style. If you showed up at work tomorrow like that, people would love it.
I know.
Maybe not everyone.
Doing it. I'm already having trouble with people recognizing me from the podcast. I was walking down the street the other day. Someone said, "Aren't you that guy from that show? Say the line, say the line." So I said, "As above, so below." And they said, "No. Roll the clip, Brady."
That's what they said. Oh. That's what they said. How about if we do a spin?
Like that's my catchphrase now?
Is it? Well, stop saying it. That's an easy way out.
Roll the clip, Brady.
I don't have any clips lined up yet, man. I'm not even sure if
I didn't get it. Did I? Oh, there's one.
See?
Free hat.
His screen's not even up. Do you got a clip drawer? Because it's not up. I'm so
Can we
confused.
play free hat on YouTube?
Why isn't his clip up? Damn it. Hold on. It's not up. I don't know why it's not up. It's not there. Hold on. Stop. Only we can hear it.
Oh, shoot. We're just sitting here.
Yeah.
But
so
when I
there's
move my
a
head,
start
terrible.
my
screen.
head
Let me
stays
figure it
there.
out.
Yeah, right. They're just staring at dipshit.
Something changed.
Great.
Oh, I probably just have to click refresh.
Oh my lord, Brady. What the fuck, dude?
Some things just happen. It's not my fault.
Some things just happen.
But if I hit
But
refresh,
they
I bet
don't.
you
Everything is predetermined, asshole.
it is, and I'm predetermined that I checked all the settings and the settings are correct. So there's still something wrong. So typically you just either reboot it, refresh it, or recycle.
Yeah, I don't know what
That's
that
not how
asshole's
that
doing with their
goes.
life.
Yes,
So we're gonna get random. We're gonna get random updates on the homeless people that are like right down. They're pretty far away because we're on the 8th floor, but they're
Refresh.
hanging out in the area that's the public area, and they just kind of are. It's very weird. They're being very suspicious.
Oh, that didn't work either.
Is that all the fireworks that asshole?
It's funny
bought?
though.
That's it?
I have that same clip queued up, so I mean I could do that, but I
What,
really
free
need
hat from South Park? Oh,
Yeah,
I can
whenever-
just send you the links then if there's an issue.
wait, yours is the same. I've never seen that. You're doing something
Free
different.
hat.
Oh, you know what? I'll play the clip while I set it up. That's
Hey,
what I'll do.
apparently there's been a bit of a misunderstanding. This is a rally to save films from their directors.
Want me to stop mine then?
Yeah, I'll just put
That's
it on
cool.
here. I have the same
Cool.
one.
I'll
There
just
you
sit in the
go.
corner over here.
Do that.
Yeah, I was looking at-
One thing before I continue. Unfortunately, we don't have enough of the free hats for everyone.
Excuse me?
Yes, we apologize, but our friend Tweak here didn't make enough of them.
Oh, Jesus! Don't tell him it was me! We don't care about that. You don't?
You mean you just came because
Wait,
you believe in our cause?
we can't do this
Yeah,
on
free
YouTube.
hat.
This is bad.
Hat
No.
McCullough. He was
No,
sent to prison
you
in
cannot.
82, and we believe
I think it's too late. Might as well just finish it now.
Free hat. Free hat.
Okay, apparently there's been a bit of a misunderstanding. This is a rally to save films from their directors.
to do what?
We believe that films are pieces of art that must be preserved from the perverse hands of their aging filmmakers.
Oh, sorry. Come on, everyone. Guess we're in the wrong place. Free hat! Free hat! Free
Wait.
Good news, your feed is
See what's
working
happening
now.
out there? The films that you all grew up with.
Oh,
the parts of
great.
your lives and are a part of your soul are now being updated and changed. Join us and we can be a group that makes a difference.
Can we also work towards freeing hat?
Sure, and we'll also try to free hat.
Yeah, it's free hat.
Hey.
That was amazing.
So do we have to give away free hats now?
It kept going. We don't want
What
to
the
see
fuck,
another
dude?
one.
Oh my god, Brady.
Oh no, they didn't see that.
I
Only
used to-
only
I
us
used to,
pointing it out. Only you pointing it out is actually an issue right now. They didn't know it even happened.
I
So
didn't
I
know
only
it
know.
happened.
As long as you
I
know
only
it
know that from
happened,
South.
then it happened.
I only know that from South Park, and I tried to look up if that was a real story of a real guy, and I only found a blip of something about it, and I couldn't really find anything definitive. Hat McCullough. He supposedly like raped 2 babies or something. I don't know. Something pretty fucked up. Welcome to Fladge Rants.
I'm still trying to look up why they wore hats in like the 20s and 30s.
No, I
think-
have a couple.
I think your dust theory is pretty sound.
It was definitely required when you left the house, they said. I don't think it was like a law, but they said it was required.
Required, I know. My grandmother pestered me about it.
See, my mom,
Pestered you?
in the winter, my mom, the same one that used to make me wear mittens instead of gloves, would say that I had to wear a hat because she was cold.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
I think they call that
I'm not.
I think they call that Munchausen syndrome.
Did you mention the clouch hat?
No, I didn't. What's the clouch?
It's the small bell-shaped that most women wore in the 20s.
Oh, well,
I
there are
remember.
some useful hats out there, like a turban will let you know what part of the country a guy's from. Not the country, the world. Um, Also, there's the silly hats like the jester's hat or the propeller hat. Those are goofy. But what about a yarmulke? That lets you know you're dealing with a Jew. But I think it's the Orthodox Jew or the Hermetic Jew or something, where the wide brim hats, but so do the Mennonites and the Amish. So from behind, you can't tell which one you're dealing with. But basically, if they're wearing crazy headwear, you know you're dealing with a crazy person. These are actually useful. Crazy hats, I call them.
Can you judge a?
I judge people by what they're wearing all the time.
Judge a person by their cover? That's what I was trying to say.
That is a cover. That's another synonym for lid.
Sure, I agree. That's why I said.
Yeah. Did we determine if the aluminum tonneau cover is technically a tonneau cover? But it just
I don't
means
know.
lid.
It's just a cover. Yeah, but it's not really. It slides, so it slides. It's not really like a lid. It's like
Right.
it's more of a cover than any other cover, to be honest.
Right. Yeah. Ours is cloth.
Wow, that guy has an unfortunate shadow right there. Looks like a little Hitler mustache.
Isn't that
was
Ben
cool back
Shapiro?
then. I
So
think that's
they
before
just say it
Hitler.
was a rule to go out. They don't say why.
Yeah, that was before Hitler. That was called the chaplain back then.
Ah, the
Before Hitler
chaplain.
co-opted it. Yeah.
Correct. Yes, that was. Yeah.
Andy Cap wore I think it was called a flat cap, but people just called it the Andy Cap. I don't think that's right, but when it comes right down to it, it's
hilarious.
usage.
I think you
When
need
it comes
to.
right down to it, it's hilarious.
Can you aim
How
your
about
framing?
Curious George? Curious George's sidekick was the man in the yellow hat.
What about the Mandela effect with Curious George?
Does he have a tail or not? Correct.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
he's a monkey.
He never did. People just
He didn't
assume.
catch me or not.
People assume they thought he did because monkeys. They
Monkeys
think
have tails.
Well, do they?
I don't know. I've never seen a monkey with a tail.
One monkey
Apes-
does. A chimpanzee does, and a monkey doesn't, or the other way around.
Apes don't. Monkeys do.
But a cartoon doesn't have to be drawn accurate. So saying that, if that's the comparison, that it's not accurate.
Well, what about Pikachu? Does he have a black tip on his tail or not? In real life, does the Pokemon in real life have a black tip on his tail?
I couldn't
or
recognize.
not?
I couldn't recognize a Pikachu Pokemon. I know it's yellow. It looks like a cat. Didn't know it had a tail.
I think the discrepancy. With the Curious George thing might be like comic literature versus television potentially, because I do remember the origin story of Curious George being a monkey in the jungle and having a tail. But a lot of times it's like I said about and what's I guess known about Star Trek. The beam me up situation was just the easiest way that they could do it in the studio and have it make sense. And so it was really cheap for them to just go
great point
little thing and then they just appear somewhere else. Same thing. It might be difficult to constantly draw this fucking tail in every scene.
Exactly. You're smart.
So they may just go fuck it, skip the tail.
Same reason most cartoons only have 3 fingers, because it just made it cheaper and easier to animate.
I thought you were going with the Mandela effect. Beam me up, Scotty was never spoken.
Just beam.
I don't know.
Beam me up.
Maybe.
Yeah. There's a lot of things, Scotty, and a lot of things beam me up, but it was never beam me up, Scotty.
So I'm gonna call your bluff. Do you know that as a fact, or did you just make it up on the spot?
Good job. You should always do that. This time, I did not verify myself by watching every minute of Star Trek footage after I heard that, but I have seen every minute of Star Trek footage. That didn't answer your question, by the way. That didn't answer your question.
I probably have seen them all too.
I know you have. Look behind me. And so when I see Ben Shapiro on my screen, is it because I'm looking at George's computer?
Okay, confirmed. It was never spoken. 'Cause
Okay.
the internet said so, and you did. So
Oh, well, yeah. You can
that's enough
believe
for me.
everything you've ever heard.
No,
Are you trying to say that?
Only everything
Are you
you've
trying to
ever
say that
read.
Ben Shapiro isn't smart?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He wears a yarmulke.
Are you smarter than Ben Shapiro?
Oh, speaking of tiny hats, how about the clowns with the little tiny hat that has to be like bobby pinned to their wig? Like a rainbow wig with a tiny, tiny hat? I love those. I should tape a tiny hat to my head. Like off center.
You
What
should.
do you guys think? Good idea?
I think you should change your framing a little bit. Otherwise, I have to turn off the pill at the bottom because it's covering most of you.
What's going on? I didn't do it.
Or I
Aim
can
it
put
down more. We want to see more of your physique. Just aim it to right at the captain's heads.
right. So it
So the
starts at your
captain's heads are
so it
just.
starts at your crotch and ends at your chin.
No, you're going.
Well,
What's the dog doing?
Should it be this complicated?
it
I don't
should.
know. It looks like it's dead. Did you kill it? That post-sex like coma?
What the dog doing?
Oh, what is
So-
that?
I believe your dog changed. Do you want to explain?
What the dog doing?
The first one, they failed on the first one, so they ended up getting a second one.
That dog gets a
They already
different.
ruined the first dog.
The black dog gets a new theme song.
Yeah.
Oh, why is
I
it?
shouldn't, I
It's
shouldn't
got to
play
be
it
the black
again.
dog.
You're right. I picked a racist theme. I'm racist, aren't I?
It should just be the N-word dog, right?
So, okay, so there's a tan dog and a black dog. How would you determine on video the two? How would you describe that?
Spick and nigger.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. No, that was a joke. I love everyone.
I love everyone too. Not like that.
Taco eater and watermelon lover.
There it is.
How
These
about
are low-hanging fruit. Those are terrible jokes. I'm sorry. I should come with more.
what's the
thoughtful
black
stuff than that.
what's the black dog doing?
What's the black dog doing?
What's the
Probably
black
steal it.
dog?
Yeah, it just stole. It just stole right there. Just took
What's the
something.
what's the black dog's name? It's
Oh,
The
clearly
Mexican dog is just sitting there lazy, just tired.
what is it? What do you call it?
Blue.
Blue? And
Blue.
where- are you watching the dog or we just never seen that dog?
Oh, I just got him. He's 15 weeks old. He's a rescue.
Ooh, and they're already gay.
He's got gray hair. What? He looks
They're
old.
already
it's
gay.
blue.
Did you just see dogs tongue kiss on air? What the?
Are we allowed to show that?
I don't know. Are they both boys? If they're
How's
both
my
boys, we're allowed
framing?
to show that.
And the framing
You
appears
need
to
to
be
lower
exactly
like
the
this.
same.
Watch. So this is you right now. This is where you need to be.
Oh,
For example,
Yeah, and I would take anywhere in between.
that's the opposite.
pardon me.
You don't want to.
How's that?
That's much better. Perfect.
It's better.
Beautiful.
I mean,
You look gorgeous.
you might be up too high, but
Hi. No, I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
we're never
hovering
seeing
above
too
you.
much of you. There's too much of you. Yeah. 'Cause now you
Well,
don't know
I
what to do with
mean-
the other arm.
if you're gonna go that far, you might as well go all
You
the
gotta do.
way.
You gotta do this the whole time now.
Do you have pants on?
I do not.
Can we see?
And we better stop right there.
All right. So, have you seen this before?
No,
I do
what's
want to
that?
apologize.
Some
I do want to
creamy
apologize for
dark liquid.
What would you do, Drawer?
I want to apologize for my disparaging remarks about other cultures. This is called Fladge Rants, and the script was written by Fladge, so blame Fladge. Because I'm just following the
Right.
script. I don't know.
For all characters.
You want egg roll? Egg roll? Egg roll?
Not if it has
No.
shrimp in
No,
it.
I don't like that girl.
What's wrong with shrimp egg rolls?
I
You
don't
guys
like.
are.
So I went over and around, and one of my friends explained it perfectly. Eating shrimp is like biting your own pinky in half.
Oh, wow. Yeah, kind of.
Why is that?
I mean, I was like, yeah, I just don't like the snap. He's like, oh, you haven't had a good one. And I just don't like the taste. There's no taste. The
ate
only
shrimp
taste
Yesterday.
salt and butter. So if your culture lives by the ocean and all you get is fish and shrimp, then eat it. But if you have any other choice and you're not starving, what benefit does eating a little, what I would call sea cockroach, help?
Well, if a vast majority of health is determined by diet, and the longest living culture of people are Asian, and their diet mainly consists of rice and fish,
I feel like
we're doing it wrong.
I feel like there's
Wait,
a dis-
Vast
Uh,
majority
George-
of health. Vast majority of health goes off of genetics.
bullcrap.
See, I don't even believe genetics exist in any way, shape, or form. I believe it's all environment. We should save that for another show.
All right, I disagree with both of you, so you're both wrong.
Oh,
Well, that seems eloquent, reasonable, and
very logical.
unarguable. I cannot argue with that.
See?
Yeah. No rebuttal.
It's good to be the Fladge.
Is it?
It is. Roll the clip, Brady.
All right.
Yeah. I just went away, walked away. My name is Dipshit.
I don't know how many clips we can roll on YouTube without getting in trouble.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay,
I got
that's why you didn't go to me yet.
I gotta somehow find my other button. There it
I'll
is.
be right back. I have to go find a new
There it
jabber.
is.
So here's the issue with the last 3 weeks. So there's a moment. My middle screen, something is so wrong with my docking station that if I move anything I'm doing to my middle screen, it gets choppy to the point where it'll just kick everything out. I don't want to just replace the monitor because it's pretty involved because everything's mounted to it. My 3-monitor setup. It makes no sense, but I think it has to do with the refresh rate, and this is a different style monitor. So I just don't use it. Which means I have
You
to
said
flash.
docking station?
Yeah, docking station. You know what a docking
You know what
station?
docking is, right? Yeah, you know what docking is, right?
Not in that context. No. Why don't you explain it?
It's the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another's.
Right, but you gotta roll the foreskin over his penis then, right?
I don't know that I've never done it before, so I have no idea how.
Well,
you know,
otherwise
you tell me.
it's
Sounds like
just
you have
bumping.
experience.
Otherwise, it's just bumping heads. If you don't actually dock, I mean that's where the term
I
is
have no
come
idea.
from.
Never
No.
considered the.
Mine is
process.
taking my computer and
Great.
easily connecting it to my keyboard, mouse, and monitor. That's what my docking station does.
Oh.
I
And-
thought
and
a
to be-
space dock was when you poop in each other's buttholes.
How
That's called something else. What do you call that?
Space dock.
I don't think that's possible.
You can do it. You gotta get real close.
Real close, real spread,
And you gotta
maybe
eat a lot of
even
fiber.
sewn or pressured together. Otherwise, it would just, especially if you did it at the same time, somebody would have to suck in while somebody else shat. I don't think it's possible. I mean-
Well, what about those Asian hats? The pointy
should-
ones that go out real
Let's-
wide?
Hey, so I don't want to ignore because
This
it's the
shows-
fresh. We do have-
This show's
we do have
clearly
some
not going to be on
comments.
YouTube. It's not going to be.
We
on
do
YouTube.
have some comments, just so you guys know. Mr.
We
Joe
do?
Moore
We do?
and Welder 6978.
That's great. Can you?
I
Read
know
them?
who that is.
Sounds like a faggot.
If you guys are so smart, why has 9 arms? What has 9 arms and sucks? Anyone?
An octopus and drawer.
That would be.
Oh,
that
Def
would
Leppard.
be 10. Try again.
It's a Def Leppard joke.
9 arms and sucks. Oh.
I thought Def Leppard was the joke.
Oh,
nice.
okay. Def Leppard.
And
What
the-
is Def Leppard?
It's not Jeopardy. It was not in the.
Oh, okay. Who are Def Leppards?
Who are Def Leppards?
And then the next comment says black is a brand like Crayola crayon.
Um,
And it says who's in charge over here? Shut the fuck up, drawer. And Asia Major or Asia Minor. Of course, I read that so late. I don't know what we were talking about 5 minutes ago. Does anyone else know what we were talking about 5 minutes ago?
Probably Asians.
Oh, I said diet. Something about diet.
Oh, speaking of Asians, no, we never got any Asians that called and that would make fun of me. Very
No.
disappointing. Very disappointed in you Asians. You usually are better workers than that.
They built our railroads.
They built our bootstraps.
They built our bootstraps. They took our jobs.
They built our massage parlor industry.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna move this over here. It's gonna crash everything.
All right. Crash
So-
everything.
All right, so
So much better.
you
I
did.
can
You
look
did.
at the camera.
You're gonna get ready to share my screen, Brady. But you did talk about historical hats. What do you guys remember about the very, very historical hat that happened in 2017?
Should we get off YouTube just now, or
Nope.
Nope.
You guys remember
Oh
this?
yeah.
we will fight to protect reproductive rights? Our mothers won. So they're saying
Yeah,
that
how's that going for you? How's that going for you?
I don't understand the sign. What is it? Oh, this is protest. Oh, this is the overturning of Roe v. Wade. They're protesting.
No, this was the pussy hat when Trump was like elected, and they all just didn't know what to do. They was just
Oh, yeah, they were
didn't
just
know
so
how to
worried.
express themselves. They just went out and just protested everything and anything. Like
Yeah,
Oh,
I think they call
no.
that Trump.
it was just the
derangement.
overload. They didn't know what to do, so it's like a little bit of everything were these protests. But yeah, the stupid pussy hats. Remember when was the last time you even heard about
Well,
this?
do you disagree that the best time to handle any problem is in the heat of the moment and the catastrophe? You know,
Yeah, but you should have a direct message and a reasoning and be a mission
There's
statement.
yeah.
There's a
bet you-
little girl in that picture wearing Brady's Hello Kitty hard hat.
Why are you bringing me into this? I
Where
have
do
a
you see
real.
that?
You
I have a real
mentioned
hat.
your hard hat. I assume it has Hello Kitty on it.
No, it has my company name on it.
Brady and Drawer Incorporated.
Anyway, the
Fladge Rants
Well, you
Live.
know what? We're already kicked off of YouTube anyway because of what I said earlier.
over and over again. Yep. Yep.
Double choice words.
Well, even I bet when I hit this.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Right? Yeah. We were way before that. All right.
What the
fuck you,
dog
YouTube.
doing?
We're not. This is a quick. Just Ben Shapiro
that.
just off the rip. Very educated man.
Is he gonna rap?
Uh,
I got a Ben Shapiro
no,
rap
he-
video.
He wears a
yeah,
yarmulke.
we are. Yeah, watch him explain why. Listen. Very brief.
I wear a yarmulke because I am proudly a descendant of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Moses and David. I am of their people. And I'm proud of the fact that Israel is, in fact, an outlying area of Western democracy. And if you have a problem with this, you can right off.
Nice.
All right,
So-
what do you have to say about that, Gary? fine.
It still looks silly. A tiny little hat on a big stupid head.
He's hiding it pretty good. I mean, he has a hairdo that, like, unless you really look and think, you can barely even see the light line. If you go back a
Hold
little
on.
bit,
Where is it?
because like if he really, really wanted to wear it proudly, why don't you wear like a white one?
Yeah,
Right.
right. He likes that incognito on, but he's
Ser-
wearing it.
I
It's
can't
like he's not
hide
wearing
it. This is my real head.
If he walked by and you didn't tell me he had one, or you didn't, I didn't know. You zoom in, yeah, I obviously see it. I can't unsee it, but it sure blends.
What do you want it to have flashing lights on it and shit? Like, what do you?
Yes.
What he just
A
said,
big
yeah.
LED,
To
a big
compare-
LED star, David.
Compare what he just said. I don't want it to be the exact same color and texture as his hair.
There was no historical Moses or David
Argue that with this guy.
or Abraham.
He's
Oh my
following.
goodness.
I don't know what he
He's
says.
following
I don't
his
know what he
religious
says
writing.
after that. Yeah, I don't know what he says after that, but he's got 8 more minutes of rant after that, so it's probably pretty convincing whatever he has to say.
Well,
We don't need to
Okay.
hash it,
he talks for a
but-
living. He's got some space and air to fill.
right? Yeah. So going to the Jews again, really quick. So there was an interesting thing I found when it comes to Jews and their hats.
Yeah.
Going to the Jews
So
again.
this is about
There, next
Yeah.
T-shirt.
The aesthetic Jews with the wide brim.
back to the Jews. Weird Jewish hats, a middle of our anti-Semitic trope or fashion statement.
The
right?
humble hat keeps you cool on a hot day, and as if that's not enough, is often a symbol of personal identity. In the Jewish community, there are
Yeah, it is.
so many such identifying hats to choose from. Unique,
Yeah.
charming,
So symbolic.
dramatic. This goes a long way back. In medieval,
Yeah.
you could tell someone was
Wow,
Jewish.
it is ducking.
This unique hat. Or did they? How did they?
The penis hat is what I call it.
Right.
Which one? The game piece, or the one? The
Yeah, sorry. It's just sorry. They're all wearing sorry.
That looks like a bell.
Strange
Right? It looks like the sorry game piece.
hat come to be the identifying symbol of
Why are
Jews
they
for
birds?
hundreds of years in
sorry.
some places.
Why are they?
Around
The same
the
exact
1000s,
picture, the
Jews
same-
started
I
to
mean,
be
the same
depicted in
exact hat.
Christian art as wearing versions of this hat.
Jews don't have a monopoly on silly hats.
Apparently they do. So there's a sorry piece.
I agree with their symbolism, though. I mean, it's literally the book's cover. You said it was the cover because it's the lid?
Yeah.
Unless it was on the nose, I don't think you would notice it anymore.
Right.
Them crazy
We could have
Jews.
used any synonym for hat. Cover, lid, top. Like, there's a lot of them.
These hats were the very first image of,
Look
quote,
at that one.
what Jews looked like.
That one's
It was
kind of
called
shaped
a
like the
Jew's
safari hat.
or a Judenhut for 500 years.
There's a new Indiana Jones out.
Was this a Jewish
That's
hat?
a great hat.
Well,
Iconic hat.
Can I spoil the movie? He gets punched out by
Was
his
this a
daughter.
Jewish hat?
It's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Women can't throw a punch.
Dude.
And I don't take no orders from no woman, by the way.
By the way.
Fucking asshole.
What are these dating? What's this dating here? C1000s? What the fuck does that mean? C?
Yeah. Yeah.
Common era.
Is that the Jewish way of doing it? Because they don't want to talk about Jesus.
Yeah.
I believe they prefer Jewy. Jewy.
So that would be BC or?
It's a sore spot that day.
So what is this? BC is what that should be.
Oh, Christy.
No, AD.
I'm just looking at how
80.
old. Even
No,
just
Jor, AD.
Cinnamon Crispus.
whatever.
Common era is equal to AD.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Equal to or greater than?
Anti-dominion.
I just think about the.
AD's not
I just
after.
think about the.
We have extra delay.
Anno Domini.
We're talking over each other more. There's a little extra delay. Sorry. Over.
Over and up.
Roger that.
Yeah, AD does not mean after death. It means anti-dominion. And what's the Latin?
Anno Domini.
Thank you. See, that's why we
Year
have
of
you
our
on the
Lord.
show. Your framing is incredible right now. You look awesome, except there's a little bit too much light behind you. Can you get a spotlight
It's
on
the
your face?
reflection of the wood paneling. It's the wood paneling reflection.
Do you have wood paneling on the other wall? No, I was just fucking with you. Don't change it. Don't. Oh yes, that's
It's
perfect.
much better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You look like
dude.
a group of homeless people down there.
That hurts.
You know that science center thing where you turn it on and off and the shadow stays behind you? That's that kind of light.
You got to put it under your chin like it's a ghost story.
Ghost story.
There we go.
Under your chin.
This is my
Ghost story,
favorite.
bitch.
That looks
Yeah,
awesome.
there you go.
Yep.
Ooh, that looks
pretty
that should have
cool.
been Halloween.
Yep.
That should have been the entire Halloween episode.
I keep forgetting.
Remember that
It's
for next
always
year.
Halloween. I've got a cemetery right here.
Nice.
A cemetery.
I just missed the bumper. I wanted to play it. You're not going to go
Oh,
out, right?
Speaking of cemetery, you
I
guys.
think I just blinded myself. Are you guys still there?
No.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's
good.
probably pretty right. Speaking of cemetery, what do you guys think about that whole Kansas City parade shooting?
What happened?
I was like 25 minutes away, but I wasn't there anywhere near it.
Oh,
could have been
breaking
me.
news. This just in.
Breaking news! It could have been me.
Drawer's on the scene.
Anybody?
I was on the scene. There was a shooting. 25 minutes from me.
It was like,
Didn't even
25
know.
minutes is not a measure of distance.
yes, it is. What?
Okay, 25 minutes is a measure of distance. I stand corrected.
25 minutes away.
The second time I've ever been
In
wrong.
relation to how long you're moving in a conveyance, but I knew exactly what he meant. You didn't?
Yeah.
Well,
If I
you
were to
can't
go-
walk
if I
there in
were-
25 minutes.
I
And if you
assumed
could-
he meant driving, so I actually pictured a circle around his place of a couple miles. It could have said it. You're right. He could have been more general and said a few minutes, a few miles.
No,
whatever.
in Michigan, we just call it, and we measure distance in time. It's true.
I was in Kansas City, so I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know
was
what
not
I
in
want you to
Michigan.
do either.
These laws don't apply.
Well, I don't. Why did they even equate it to the parade? It was a gang shooting in the vicinity. It had nothing to do with the parade.
I don't think they knew, but in the news they love to sensationalize shit. And the better story is, that it was an attack on the parade because I don't know, crazy Trump supporters or some.
Did you see?
I don't know.
Oh, I forgot her name. She's pretty conservative. She was on Bill Maher. I'll find the clip actually, but she said,
roll the clip, Brady.
I don't have it. I'll find
Roll
it.
the
Give me a
clip,
second.
Brady.
She mentioned about the all right, we got to go off YouTube. I can't. I don't even. I'm so worried about saying
Frank,
words.
Yeah, roll the clip, Brady.
We love you, YouTube.
Disclaimer, the unfiltered and crude proclamation of jabber speech. Gibber, folks, listen up. Before we dive gibber into the circus of crudeness and uncensored banter, here's our no-nonsense disclaimer, served with a side of flash humor. Gibber, look, we're here for a good time, not a gibber correct time, all right? In this crazy world, where snowflakes, applesauce, and jabber are critic, we're just trying to spread some joy without stepping on too many toes. So, here's Jabber, Article I, let's get Jabber, the sole gibber of our discourse, be it from guests, hosts, or any random loudmouth, is to tickle your funny bone, tease your gray matter, and eliminate the path to a mirthful existence. Any semblance of seriousness is gibber accidental. Article 2, jabber everyone equally, we're equal gibber offenders, all right? We don't give a hoot about your gibber, race, religion, or whether you prefer cats or dogs. We're here to roast everyone from politicians to gibber to our own sorry selves.
My
No
God, my brain is working again.
Screw political jabber. Listen, we ain't here to hold your hand or
As soon as I stop thinking about YouTube, my brain
responsible
opens
for
right
any
up. My
offenders or
fingers
gibber
work.
feelings. But hey, if you can take the heat, we promise we'll dish out some belly laughs and
YouTube
make
is a
it
hindrance, not a help. Get the fuck off YouTube. YouTube sucks.
$3 bill. Any resemblance to real life events or people, whether alive or pushing up daisies, is purely gibber and probably a result of us hitting the bottle too hard. We're pretty sure the earth is round.
You act like you're performing a service, but you make people cater to this algorithm, makes you say whatever the fuck you want them to say instead of what they're supposed to say. Stop it. We know what you're doing. We don't like it. And you're evil.
Then congrats, you're our kind of people. We're just here to crack a few tasteless jokes. Spread some jabber joy and remind everyone that life's too short to be serious all the frickin' time. So buckle up, buttercup, and get ready for a wild ride through the absurd gibber of our humor while Fladge Rants live.
Bye, Twitch.